cannot accept violence involving our children as something that's normal.
A strong message from the police chief to parents. All of this after a 14-year-old boy is arrested for murder. Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 6 o'clock. Anne Marie has tonight off. 23-year-old Brett Scrogum was shot and killed a week ago here in downtown Indianapolis. Tonight, our Ashton Hackman explains where this case stands right now and the warning from police to parents.
Police haven't shared why the boy allegedly shot and killed Scrogum inside this parking garage, but say the two didn't know each other. Detectives used witness statements, other evidence, and security video to help make an arrest. An up-and-coming IU graduate with a bright future. Police say Brett Scrogum was shot while on his way to an Indians game last Thursday. He died 2 days later.
Let that sink in. 14 years old and arrested for murder.
As prosecutors work to file official charges, adult charges could be on the table. A judge would have to waive the 14-year-old into adult court.
One young man tragically had his life cut short, and another is going to face lifelong consequences for his actions.
Terry said parents could also face consequences for crimes committed by their kids. On Wednesday, police arrested a father and his son after a 9-year-old got a gun and shot his brother on Indy's south side. The boy was taken to Riley and said to be stable.
If a parent knows that their child has access to a firearm and they do nothing about it, they will be held accountable.
In the last month, police have arrested 4 Indianapolis teens for murder or other gun and violent crimes.
These numbers are startling, but they're more than numbers. They're lives, young lives, that are being forever impacted and changed by short-sighted, impulsive, and reckless decisions.
Kids should not be committing murders.
Reverend Malachi Walker works with Indy's youth. He shares Chief Terry's frustration.
It's our responsibility. Know where your children are. Know where your kids are each and every day.
A message to parents to keep more teens out of jail. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
Prosecutors tell us they are working with IMPD to formally charge this 14-year-old. In the meantime, he's being held in juvenile detention. Tonight at 6, we've now learned the terms of a plea agreement for the director of a Brownsburg daycare center. Jennifer Lingbeck will now plead guilty to 1 count of neglect of a dependent and 1 count of failure to make a report. Lingbeck originally faced 5 other criminal charges, but those will now be dismissed. She faces a maximum of 3 years in prison. Lingbeck's change of plea hearing is set for July 20th. She used to work at Main Street University for Kids over in Brownsburg. Last year, the state ordered that center to shut down after a former employee was charged with child molestation and child exploitation. Tonight, an Anderson man is facing a maximum sentence for his role in the shooting death of a teenager. A jury found 20-year-old Donovan Harris guilty of felony murder, attempted armed robbery, and criminal confinement. Now, according to the court records, Harris was with 15-year-old Julian Craig while trying to rob someone outside their home back in November of 2023. That robbery victim fatally shot Craig in the chest. The court ruled that Harris should be responsible for the death since he was involved in the crime. He'll be sentenced next month, where he's facing 65 years in prison. Tonight at 6, we're learning how police uncovered years of thefts in Delaware County. It all led to the arrest this week of a former government employee. Tonight, our Brandon Schaff explains how police were tipped off and how that money could be recovered.
A former Delaware County EMS employee was arrested by state police after allegedly stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars. State police saying that an anonymous tip helped lead to the arrest. The tip came from someone familiar with the employee's pay and yearly earnings. ISP began investigating in the spring, and detectives conducted interviews and looked at financial records. The employee was arrested by ISP on Wednesday and faces several preliminary felony charges related to the thefts. In her role with Delaware County EMS, she was paid for more than 5,800 hours of unapproved OT, worth more than $181,000. She allegedly transferred at least $14,000 from an account funded by EMS employee donations into her personal bank account. Court documents show the county employee was also treasurer for the Delta High School Girls Golf Team Booster Club. She allegedly made personal purchases using the club's debit card. By the end of 2025, The account was short by more than $3,800.
The whole thing started from this anonymous tip, so again, it was a great importance. So again, we want to send that message out if people see things that are not supposed to be the way they are, to report it and let officials investigate and go through the process to make things right.
State police say the State Board of Accounts is aware of this case, and Delaware County could recover the lost money through judge settlements. In Muncie, Brandon Sheff, 13 News.
I don't know about you, but I love the weather today. It was a little warmer, a little bit more muggier, had a few clouds out there, but all together, I would take a day like this over rain any day. Right?
Me too, and it really isn't all that muggy. There have been
Right.
debates going
Oh,
on
I
during
know.
the 4 and the 5. You haven't really seen anything until you get dew points in like that 65
Yep.
to 70 degree range.
Do we have any of that coming?
Mid 60s, yes.
Okay.
So that I think we will feel come the weekend.
Yep.
But boy, the last couple of days, even with those dew points coming up a little bit, humidity is still in check. We have a mix of sun and clouds over Connorsville and Carmel. Now, this is a sign that the humidity is up a bit. Like yesterday, we have a few more clouds during afternoon heating. We can see that live from our camera in Hamilton County. This is a view in Carmel. Temperatures right now in the low to mid 80s. We have 81 in Indianapolis, 82 in Lafayette, 84 Muncie, and 81 degrees in Columbus and Richmond. Dream at the Fever coming downtown to cheer on our Fever. It's going to be a warm evening. Temperatures will stay in the low 80s through sunset. Tip-off is at 7.